E3 2019 was rampant with sexism, misogyny, probably racism too, probably homophobia, all those types of things, bigotry. Yeah, E3 was just a horrible year for all that type of stuff. You could really see that those social problems that we have that are just everywhere in the USA, just everyone's just so sexist and racist nowadays. You could just really see that reflected in E3 this year. I mean, there was so much hate towards women. There was so much hate towards minorities. It was honestly disgusting to see. It really was. Oh man, that's kind of what Kotaku is trying to get to here, pretty much. Report E3 2019 was a bad year for female representation in video games. I'm gonna shed a tear. Feminist Frequency's annual look gender representation at E3 doesn't look good for women. I'm just pointing this out right now. Feminist Frequency is Anita, what's her name? Anita, it says it in here. Anita Sarkeesian's thing. Like, that's her thing. So that should tell you all you need to know about Feminist Frequency. But let's see what Kotaku has to say about this horrible and deep issue that is just destroying the gaming industry. A new report from Feminist Frequency, published at Wired, looks at the gender breakdown of protagonists in video games and of presenters at E3, and the overall takeaway is this: 2019 was a bad year for women's representation at E3. It was a bad year. All that sexism is just bubbling over. Ugh. How are there people that take these types of people seriously? I don't understand. I just don't understand. E3 2019 had the lowest percentage of female protagonists since Feminist Frequency first started collecting such data in 2015. According to the report, 5% of games featured exclusively female protagonists this year, whereas 22% featured exclusively male protagonists. Man, that is horrible. That is just absolutely horrible. This year, 65% of games shown offer players multiple options when picking a gender. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. The cringe is real, everybody. The cringe is absolutely real. Overall, there has been a trend for gender choice in video games, but Feminist Frequency's report emphasizes that gender choice in games isn't enough. It's not just about having the option to play as a woman. It's about centralizing video game narratives and play around women. So, which is hilarious, because this really does speak pretty boldly for what is the truth about the SJW narrative. Gender choices in game isn't enough. It's never enough for SJWs. It is never, ever enough. Jeremy and I both talk about this all the time on the channel here, where you never pander to these people. You never, ever give them an inch because they will take it a mile. Never, ever, ever, ever pander to the SJWs, because they will never be satisfied. They will never be satisfied. This year, there is, I think for the first time, if I'm not mistaken, transgender representation at E3 in the form of Cyberpunk. But that isn't enough. It's not good enough. And they're complaining about that. They're complaining about the fact that this might be offensive to transgenders. Well, why don't you let the transgenders say how they feel about it? Don't try to speak for them, okay? It's the same thing with, what's the other game that... Oh yeah, Modern Warfare. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. People from sites like IGN and stuff, they're like, this game might be offensive to veterans. Let the veterans say how they feel about it, okay? You don't need to speak for all these different types of people, okay? Let them speak for themselves. They don't need you to be their mouthpiece. Oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. I don't know why there are still people who take these types of people seriously. Like, why are you so obsessed with gender and the balance between having 50% women, 50% men, which is I guess what they want. I guess they want like a perfect 50% women, 50% men in every single situation, which is just not, it's never going to happen, okay? It is never, ever going to be just a perfect 50%, 50%. Never. In any situation. It's just not. So you guys need to just wake up. I shouldn't be telling SJWs this. They can't wake up. They just can't. They're beyond they're beyond hope. Pretty much. Anyway, let's continue with the article. Let me see. It's true that the number of games in which you either control characters of different genders or get to choose the gender of your hero character significantly outstrip those with established male or female protagonists. Then, okay, so that's good, right? That's good. That should be good. You get to, there's 65% of games this year gives you the choice of choosing if you want to be a female or a male character. So what's the big deal? And of course, as a general trend, the freedom to choose or create your own character is a welcome one. However, here it comes. However, it's fundamentally different from being asked by a game to take on the role and experiences of a specific character. The report breaks down gender representation among presenters as well. 21% of presenters at E3 were female this year. Rampant sexism, I tell you, they're trying to just silence all women. Among all the companies that presented, Square Enix had a particularly rough showing in terms of gender representation. Out of 17 speakers, only 2 were women. Which is so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, why? Why are people obsessed with this? When I was watching E3, I wasn't looking at every single person that came on stage and being, okay, this is a woman. Okay, everyone, keep track. How many women come out on stage for the Square Enix panel here? Let's keep track, okay? No, I don't care. I don't care what the person has between their legs. I just don't. Okay? As long as they're an entertaining presenter, as long as they're entertaining what they do, I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap. News like this is frustrating at best. Oh, so frustrating. Based on our coverage, female presenters and announcements of female characters were popular subjects. Ikumi Nakamura, I believe is how you pronounce it. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Creative director of Ghostwire Tokyo, which I thought looks pretty awesome, actually. I'm pretty interested in that game. Had a brief cameo as part of Bethesda's E3 presentation, and that's all the time it took for her to capture the hearts of many on the internet. So basically, they're saying, based on our coverage, female presenters and announcements of female characters were popular subjects. And then they're like, Ikumi was popular and stuff. It's like, yeah, but so was Keanu Reeves. So it just goes to show that that people don't care. People don't care. The normal people don't care what the gender of these people are that are coming out on stage. They just want the person to be charming. They just want the person to be fun to watch. They just want the person to be entertaining. That's all they care about. They want the person to be likable. And Ikumi was definitely a likable person when she was out on stage. So is Keanu Reeves. So you're really not making any sort of point here. It just goes to show that these people are the true sexists of our day and age. These people are the ones that are continuing to make a problem out of an issue that isn't an actual problem, you know? It's ridiculous. It's insane. Anyway, those are just my general thoughts about this article. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this article? What do you think about the insanity of these people? These SJW lunatics are just getting worse and worse all the time. They really are. But thankfully more and more people are waking up to their nonsense, which is a good thing. So let me know in the comments below what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.